Okay, now we go. All right, yeah, there we go. There we go. All right.
Got a little delay.
All right, cool. All right, what's up, y'all? It's King Bop from the Drinks and Discussion Podcast. Here with Miss V _ D&D. Here with Miss Tia, aka T with Tia, aka Kiss My Kicks with 4 S's.
4 S's.
4 S's.
Don't forget the 4.
Yeah, man. So we live in here today, man. Man, I don't even know. Like, I hate when stuff is off. Because it's like I don't know where to start. I didn't even give out the Dad Had Poppy line. Like I didn't serve them up with nothing today. All right.
We did have music today though, so that was good.
Yeah, we did have
now
music.
We hype.
Yeah. No, now you hype. Now you hype.
That's my jam.
That's all it is.
That's my
all
jam.
it is you hype.
Hey.
All right. How's everybody's week, man? Haven't seen you guys since last week, so
I feel like it was just here yesterday, honestly.
yeah, this week did go by pretty quickly.
I don't remember this week. I never do. I don't recall. I remember going to work.
Yeah.
That's
yeah.
about
Oh yeah.
it.
I definitely remember going to work. I had to cut some Karens out. Mm-hmm.
Oh, Karen.
Mm-hmm.
I did have I had a good night last night. It's my friend birthday. My friend Amy. Happy birthday! Shout out to Amy. And she had a housewarming, so we was lit.
Okay.
Had a good time.
That's clutch. That's clutch. That's a good way to. That's a good way to bring in your birthday.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
New chapter, new beginnings. I like that.
Yeah.
V, how was your
We had a good time.
My week was pretty good. I was off part of Thursday, all of Friday, so I was chilling.
Oh, you had an extended weekend.
I did. I got some Roadhouse rolls on Thursday.
Okay.
You got some
what? Texas Roadhouse rolls.
Oh.
Because I have been craving them.
I've never been to Texas Roadhouse.
Don't
Never?
do that. Oh my god.
Never.
Never.
I wish I had a flag to throw because
I've never
flag on the
been.
flag. Well, that's gonna be our next outing.
Okay.
Okay.
All right, Texas Roadhouse.
Them
Texas Roadhouse it is.
Them rolls.
How
with
can
that,
you
with
never?
That, what is it? Cinnamon honey butter? What is it?
Yes.
That sounds delicious.
It is amazing.
That sounds delicious.
I'm telling you, we're gonna go. Okay?
Okay.
We're gonna set it up one of these weekends.
I need a
Okay.
roll right now.
You know what? We can do Sunday dinner one of these Sundays.
Yeah.
Okay.
We can go and get
I'm down.
get some Texas Roadhouse
Some
rolls.
rolls.
Okay. All right.
Yes.
I'm down.
Then Friday I got to go to my friend's new house because I hadn't seen it yet, and she's got a room specified for dancing. So I felt like I was back in the studio. Oh, I miss dance so much. Gosh. But so we came up with some new heat that we're going to drop soon. So I'm excited about that. So
Sound like you about to drop a mixtape. Y'all I got this new heat. Y'all make sure y'all check me out. You know, Miss Beat a Murder in here. You know.
Check out my demo.
It's murder. Nah, but yeah, so we got some new dances we about to put out in the midst of this quarantine pandemic. But so I'm excited about that. I'm just excited to be back dancing. So
Okay. Cool,
that's very
cool.
helpful to me and my mental health.
Absolutely.
Okay.
As it should be.
Take care of yourself.
Absolutely.
Okay. Well, aside from work for me, it's just, I've been chilling. Beats. Oh my God. For those of y'all who don't know, I do produce for a bunch of artists. So, all right, so I got one artist in particular, my homeboy Millie. Man, we just did a song for the new 2K. And man, when I tell you, it's like I've been so detached from doing music work. You know what I'm saying? Like when I finally start getting back into it and start finding my groove again, I'm just like, yo, this is crazy. So I've been like riding that high all week. And then I've been actually linking up with a couple of local producers and local artists. Trying to get some work done and all that good stuff. Just trying to re-network or reconnect in that area of my life because I was separated for so long. But other than that, yeah, my week's been pretty chill.
Okay.
Week's been pretty chill.
Gotcha.
Haven't left the house other than to really. I went to the store.
Okay.
Went to the store and I went to go get gas. Oh, and then Naeem came over with a couple of our friends, and we had like another versus party.
Oh.
So we did the Nicki versus Cardi. which was actually
I want to host that.
yeah, it was actually pretty good.
Now I think I'm going to do it.
Yeah, it was actually pretty good. We had a good time. You know, we kind of just like sat around and just put the videos on YouTube or whatever. So, you know, we voted on them, man, and it was actually a pretty good time. I actually enjoyed that very, very much. And then we have like a list now of all the ones that we have to hit. So we made a list afterwards, all the ones that we have to hit. So that's gonna be interesting.
Okay. Yeah, I couldn't decide if I want to do Nicki and Cardi or Cardi and Megan. I couldn't really decide, but I think I'm going to try to do that on my blog next.
Okay, yeah, I'll be interested to see what the 20 that you pick.
Yeah.
Okay.
I got my girl Cardi.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
I love Cardi.
I had Cardi going into it, but when I started singing them Nicki songs, I was like,
Nicki
oh
do be in her
man.
bag though. That's why I said maybe
Yeah, because
Megan.
it was stuff that I was forgetting about, you know. And
Yeah.
it's like, hey, I ain't heard that song in a minute. Okay, all right.
We'll try for it.
What we got for current events? I don't even have a drink. Y'all good?
I mean, I'm trying.
I'm getting water.
Oh,
I'm getting
okay.
water.
Look, I'm like, I'm trying to give my liver a break because it's like, look.
Yeah,
Tia,
no.
come
I'm
on,
getting
man.
water today. I gotta be focused. I'm getting water.
Yeah,
today.
I'm good. I'm
I
good
can
for
have some
now.
water.
You want some
I can
water?
have some
Okay.
water
I got you.
myself.
I got you.
I'm good for now. But yeah, it's been a really heavy week with events. I mean, there's so much that happened that we definitely can't possibly highlight them all because that'll be
The whole
a
podcast.
whole nother podcast.
It'll be the whole podcast.
But I did jot down a few things that, you know, pretty much were in the highlight this week. Starting with Kanye. Everybody knows, you know, Kanye and his Twitter rants are pretty iconic. Just recently, he did get banned for 12 whole hours. Basically, they say he violated the terms and conditions of Twitter. He tweeted the personal information of a Forbes editor while calling him a white supremacist. So that kind of just didn't go hand in hand with Twitter. He's been on a rant about how the music industry is evil and how, you know, they take advantage of artists and how it's pretty much slavery. So, you know, he posted a video of himself allegedly urinating on his Grammy. And he said he was going to help his BFF Taylor Swift get her masters back. So, I don't know what y'all think about Kanye. I really don't know what to say about him. He's actually ranting right now. Like, I have my post notifications turned on for him, and he tweeted
Oh my God.
300 pages
300 pages.
of his contract.
Yeah, I remember when he did
Oh
that.
my
Like,
God.
I was like, I had to turn my notifications off. I said, this ain't it, Kanye. Like,
Like, why would you? What would? I don't know. I got so many questions now.
He definitely needs some help.
yeah.
It's definitely a mental issue. And he
Yeah, the
definitely
whole
needs some
thing,
help.
the whole with the Jay-Z thing, supposedly selling Kanye's masters to get his masters back.
Yeah, I saw that too.
I did hear about that. So, I mean, and that's so funny. Like, those artists dealing with their masters is like, it's weird. It's weird. It's like, okay, I created something, but I don't own it. You know what I'm saying? Like, I would never give somebody the masters to the podcast just for, you know, a couple million. No, absolutely not. And then try to buy it back for a higher price later on.
Right.
I would never.
Taylor
do
said
that.
she's gonna re-record hers.
And you can do it that way too. What's the girl? The songstress. I just say girl. The songstress that don't have her masters, and every time she
Lauren?
Yes. Oh
Lauren
my
Hill?
God.
Oh,
Yeah,
I
she
should get her to
I
stop
could think
touring.
I couldn't think of her name. right now.
Wait.
Oh, no.
Wait. Y'all going a little far. I'm
No,
still
she
going
needs
to
to
the
stop.
concert.
No, she needs to
I'm
stop
still going to the concert.
Well, you can leave your house 4 hours late because she ain't gonna be there.
Oh, I do. I leave late every time. I leave late every time, and I have a
That's
ball.
if she even show up.
She
Right.
coming. She coming every time. There was something else like that just happened recently that somebody was trying to sue for somebody using their music, but it ended up getting thrown out because the person didn't own it.
Oh, well.
Wow.
So it ended up getting thrown out. So I was like, so that reminded me of all that. He trying to, get his masters and stuff because, I mean, if somebody else uses it, like, what you gonna do?
Right.
What you gonna do?
What you gonna do?
Well, in other news, Vanessa Bryant, her mom is actually doing an interview tomorrow. A snippet hit Instagram this past week, and her mom alleges that Vanessa kicked her out. She kicked her out the house, and she got her car repossessed.
Wow.
And, you know, a lot of people are saying, you know, they're saying Vanessa, they're not really feeling Vanessa and how she's been acting, you know, after Kobe's death. Then other people are saying, you know what, she's just grieving in her own way. So, I mean, I don't really know too much more information about why, but we're going to find out more tomorrow, and I will report back next week with some more tea on that. But that's very interesting of why she would kick her mom out and repossess the car.
Yeah, that's kind of wild.
Yeah, I need some more backstory.
It's a little wild behavior, but you know. So yeah, we'll get more backstory on that. Black Twitter has been going ham on Mulatto, and I don't know if you guys have seen the video. So while she was getting her hair done, she introduced her best friend, her assistant, her stylist, and she was like, and my pet orangutan. Okay. So her best friend is a dark-skinned young lady, and Black Twitter was not having it.
Oh, I'm sure.
And see, the way I looked at it, it was more kind of like a joke. Mm-hmm. It was like, she was like, oh, this is my pet orangutan. And then her friend was like, well, this is my chia pet. So like they kind of was, you know, it was kind of a back and forth thing.
Yeah, it was probably an inside joke.
Yeah, it was an inside joke, but everybody's making it about, you know, colorism because, you know, Mulatto's light skin and her friend is dark skin, and you call your dark skinned friend a pet orangutan.
And we are in the midst of Black Lives Matter.
And cancel culture. So you know they trying to cancel my girl Mulatto, and she really just getting started.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, I understand inside jokes and whatever and whatnot, but there's just certain things you can and cannot say, or you shouldn't say. Like there's a time and a place.
Right. Those inside jokes.
So why nobody got on her friend for calling her a chia pet?
And it was, I mean, who is her friend though? Like Mulatto is like the celeb
You're right.
So who is her friend? And I've heard of Mulatto. I don't really know who she is, but Netflix did put Rap Game up. Only the second season though.
Yes, I literally just said
5 or 6 seasons.
I was like, you got 6 seasons and just put 2.
They only put up season 2. So that's when I found out she won the first season of her, and then Young Lyric was a contestant.
She was on season 1. With,
both of them were contestants. So I was like, oh, that's where they came from.
Yeah.
You thought they just popped up out of nowhere?
I didn't know where they came from. I still don't know who they are.
Yeah. And it took Mulatto quite a bit to really like break out.
Because that was in like 2015 or something. And she just became a name. Like, I just started hearing her name like in the past few months.
She's really starting to pick up. And that's part of the reason why Jermaine Dupri blocked me. If you're watching Jermaine Dupri, please unblock me. But no, literally on Twitter, he tweeted that this is when there was a new season coming out. Okay. And I said, you don't need to put out no more seasons until you make Mulatto famous from season 1. Like,
and then he blocked you?
Yeah, he blocked me right after that.
Yo. I'm just like, the guy that he picked for season 2 was stupid. Like, that's the only one I watched. Because that's the only one that's on Netflix. I had never even heard of it, but I was sitting in the house. I was like, I need something to do. I ain't at work. So I watched the whole season. And we got to the end, and the one he picked, I was like, really?
Yeah. Try to catch it on the Lifetime app. They got all the seasons.
On what?
The Lifetime app. Like
it's on Lifetime?
Yeah, that's their hosting site. So if you just go to the Lifetime app, you can watch all the seasons.
I've been bootlegging it. Okay, I'll go watch it on Lifetime.
Yeah, I'm gonna go back and try to watch. But that season 2 threw me for a loop because at the end, it was not anybody that was even in the top any of the weeks. So I was like, how? But I felt like he wanted him in the first place because he looked like Bow Wow.
Oh my God.
I was like,
he is really trying to do a Bow Wow carbon copy. And I don't think he's going to get another successful child.
There is never going to be another. Hold you. There's never going to be another one of those.
I don't think so. But, so lastly, the most talked about situation this week is definitely Cardi B and Offset. Mm-hmm. You know, definitely hate to see that everybody's pretty much enjoying, you know, seeing their pain. But so Cardi B and Offset, Cardi has filed for divorce from Offset. And a lot of people automatically off the rip said, "Oh, this is a public, it's a stunt. It's for clout." So Cardi. So she went to Instagram and her OnlyFans to talk about it, and she put out there that she was sick and tired of never seeing eye to eye, always arguing. She wasn't completely happy. She made it known that it wasn't. The final straw was not that he cheated, because everybody assumed that,
it was the cheating.
He cheated again.
Right.
So, we don't know what he did, but she did say that, it wasn't because he cheated this time. It was pretty much everything. And she did make it very known that she has a #1 song in the country. So she does not need to do anything for clout. So she just want to put that out there. So so it looked like she was kind of staying in a relationship that she wasn't happy in. And
now she's getting out of it.
She said no more.
Okay. Right. Which is the best thing to do. Like, I understand she's a big celebrity and everything, and that's why everybody's going in on her. But at the same time, if you're not happy, like, you shouldn't feel like you have to stay in something just because.
Right.
Like, just because I'm famous, or just because I feel like I have to hold on to a man, or just because we got a kid together. Like,
that one right there.
Woo, you don't have to you don't have to stay. And so I'm like, for her to be able to do that is like, that's brave, that's a big step, and that's a big step for her and probably her mental health, like, really.
Absolutely.
Especially if she's like, there's been a lot of things, that's not the only thing. In addition to the cheating, because it sounds like there's still some cheating.
Right.
But she said that ain't the only thing. So, when you dealing with all of that and then trying to be in the limelight where people are already judging you.
Mm-hmm.
So to be able to be like, look, I ain't happy. Let's cut this off.
Deep sigh.
I know he said that like he had something serious to say.
I'm just agreeing. I'm just agreeing.
I'm about to say, speaking to the mic, sir.
I am just
Use
agreeing.
Use your words.
I did. I agreed. I will leave it alone.
Use your words.
Like, yep, you're right. Leave it alone. Yeah, no, you're right though. You're absolutely right. Because if you're not happy in the space that you're in, then get the fuck out.
You know what I'm saying? Easier said than done.
Right.
Yes.
Oh, absolutely.
Yes.
I can speak from experience. Absolutely.
Yeah.
It took me a while to be brave enough. I went all the way. I even got married. So it took a while to say, I'm not happy in this. And I was definitely embarrassed, wanted to save face. And I had that feeling of needing to be with somebody. So I was definitely kind of just in it just because.
I feel like we're gonna have story time later on in this podcast.
that hits everybody because so to get into the topic this week, we kind of just want to talk about as far as staying in things that that you're not happy in, or being in a relationship just to be in a relationship, or being in a marriage just to be in a marriage, and not because you're truly happy there. Mm-hmm. So I think that hits a lot of people. Just because like we talked about before, just society has such standards on things. And so when you're doing stuff for you, even though it's for you, you're still thinking about, okay, what are other people going to think about this?
Absolutely.
Like, what are people going to say about this?
Right.
And I can speak on situations that when I was in a relationship that I wasn't necessarily happy in, but I was holding on to it for several different reasons. I was holding on to it kind of to prove to myself that I could hold on to a relationship. Kind of to prove to other people that I could hold on to a relationship. Kind of to prove to someone that I could, that I can make it through anything. Like we can withstand anything, no matter what comes our way. I'm going to be strong. I'm going to be able to take it. I'm going to be able to our relationship can endure anything, like that type of thing. Fact. Because at the same time, you don't want to be like, our relationship is weak.
Right.
Yeah.
People really be trying to save face.
Yes. Oh yeah. It's a lot of trying to being like, okay, what are they going to say? And you kind of got to be for you. You really got to kind of look out for you, because at the end of the day, you're the person that has to live with you, right? Mm-hmm. Those people, they might see things or they might think things, but at the end of the day, it's not like their thoughts and stuff are not what pays your bills. Absolutely. They're not what put you to bed at night. They're not like it's got nothing to do with you. And I think we, especially being with as prevalent as social media is, we are always worried about like what the next person is going to think, and we're so caught up in that I think we kind of put ourselves on the back burner sometimes, not necessarily on purpose, but it does put us on the back burner because we're like, okay, what is this person going to say? What is this person going to do? What is this person going to say?
Mm-hmm. Social media definitely plays a big part in that.
Yep.
A lot of people, and I can also speak from experience, it's like when you're putting out those pictures or whatever, everybody want to say that your goals, and I absolutely hate when people do that. Because for one, you only see a picture. Mm-hmm. You don't know. You have no idea. So it's like doors. Just for people saying, "Oh, your goals, black love." I wish I had a relationship like you. And it's like secretly, I'm just like dying on the inside because I know that I'm not really happy. So being that I have this image, I'm like, all right, I have to put on my big girl pants and put on a smile and stay in this relationship. Why? Because everybody else think it's goals. Mm-hmm. So it's like literally trying to live up to this false narrative that's been created by social media. And for some reason, we care about what people think. Regardless of what anybody say, you care about what other people think. You do. So, yeah, that's it's a real deep conversation. I don't know which angle we're going to approach on this, but...
I mean, we can hit it from any angle today. Like, I just saw so many people, like, especially with the WAP song, like Cardi just said, I don't cook, I don't clean, but I got this ring, and now everybody's like, oh, maybe she should have been cooking and cleaning. And I'm like, no, that has nothing to do with it. The only thing that can keep a man is if a man wants to be kept.
Say it again. Louder, please.
The only thing that keep a man is if a man wants to be kept. And that's on both sides. Like if you want to be there, if you want to be in it, then you're going to be in it. If you don't want to be in it, then you're going to be halfway.
Yep.
All right.
And you're going to do everything that you think you can get away with.
And ain't no half stepping coming this direction. I tell you that.
Nah, yeah, I can't do the 1 foot in, 1 foot out, and I'll be on that immediately.
I'll go ahead and kick your ass out. Bye.
Immediately.
All right, so we got a message from Derek. Let's see what he had to say. So some of us lose so much of ourselves in a relationship that we begin to think dysfunction is normal.
Ooh. Wow. That's a whole mouthful.
All right, Derek. You said some shit. All right, Derek, I see you. Said some shit, my nigga.
That's the whole word.
All right.
That's the whole word, because it does. Like, I was talking to someone, and we were just talking about relationships, and they were trying to say, how you learn from every relationship. Like, you learn something. But they were saying, I'm going to stay in the relationship so I can get all these lessons. I'm like, no. No. That's not how this works. Like, you can still learn yourself. You don't have to be in something to learn yourself.
Absolutely.
And that comes with that self-love, because honestly, I could not be by myself. I always felt like I needed that companion. I needed somebody. So it was like literally relationship from relationship. So after I realized that, this is not working, I'm searching for something. So you really got to look for that self-love. Like, what makes you happy? Yeah. So that it's like you said, this conversation.
Yo,
there's so many ways this conversation can go.
I'm gonna keep it a bean. This has been the longest time that I've been like not actually in something officially. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like I'm still considered, single. So it's like I'm not in anything. Like I'm by myself. You know what I'm saying? I don't have to pick up my phone all the time. I don't have to, be somewhere at a certain time. Nigga, if I don't want to do it, I don't have to do it. And that shit feels so fucking good.
But see, and I get that. But the thing is, I feel like in a relationship, you should also kind of feel that not like for me, it's not, I don't feel like I need to call somebody or I don't feel like I need to be somewhere, but being respectful of my relationship, or just because I like the person or I'm into the person, I want to call you. Or I want to talk to you.
Right.
And I feel like I've been in instances like he was saying, you start to think dysfunction is normal. So I'm like, I know that's like my thing is I want to talk to the person. I don't like, and then I'll get into something, and most of the guys that I have, dated or whatever, they're the type that's like, I don't really want to call you every day, or I don't really feel like we have to talk every day. And I'm like, even though I need those things, or even though those are the things that, because that's what I give.
Right.
So that's what I want. So I started being like, all right, well, guys don't like that. So I can't want that.
So,
oh, man. Nah.
So then it's
saying.
like, I'm not supposed to be happy in a relationship because the things that make me happy, most guys don't want to give it. So now I'm supposed to be like, let me just take what they give.
You're settling. And that's kind of like also what Derek was saying, what with losing yourself. Because some people, they get in a relationship and they lose their whole sense of identity. Just because you are with someone and you guys are like, one quote quote, you still are an individual. You should not lose yourself and don't settle. Like you said, like the things that make you happy, if that's not what they are giving, then obviously, that's not a relationship for you.
Right.
So, and that's some of the things that I had to write down. Like, what is it that makes Tia happy? And I had to know that in my next relationship that I'm not going to bend or settle for anything less than that.
Right. So with your point, the point that you're making right now, I had an excellent conversation with my therapist, and we talked about that point. So, when you first meet someone, you never get the real person. You always get the representative, right? So
about the first 90 days.
So she gave an excellent example. She said, think about it like the merger with Sprint and T-Mobile. She said if T-Mobile took over Sprint, so Sprint has to their company now has to adapt to all the rules and guidelines of T-Mobile. She was like, when you give up your identity and become that representative, you're pretty much being merged with another company or being merged with another person. I'm like, yo, that's crazy. I said, yo, I'm looking at it and I'm like, yeah, that happened. And I definitely gave up that. Yeah, I stopped doing this. Yep. And it's like, why do I have to stop being me to please somebody else?
Yeah, I'm like, if you don't like me, then why are you here?
Why you sound like somebody just giving their 2 cents?
Why are you here? I mean,
You don't like me?
Told you you want good for you. No way. Why you there? Sound like somebody auntie.
It's not for me. Obviously, like if I'm out here, like this is me. This is what I like, and they like, I don't like that. I don't like that. I don't like that. But I want to be with you. What? No, you don't. You want to be with whoever you just made up over there.
Right.
That ain't me.
It look like Derek in here dropping some more gems.
All right,
Derek, what you got, brother? What you got?
Derek said, I've sacrificed big parts of myself before just to be with someone. It's like being in jail.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
You kind of like, you're balled up, and it's like, again, staying in a relationship just to say you're in one, knowing good and well that you ain't happy. This person just wants you to be what they're trying to make you to be.
Yeah.
Right.
And there's nothing wrong with being single. Like, I had to learn that being single doesn't mean I'm not wanted or I'm not valued. It just means right now there's not anybody that's necessarily valuing those things as much as I do.
Right.
And so we always are holding on to a relationship because we're like, if we not in a relationship, now we out here looking single. Like we treat single like single is a bad thing. And it's not.
Yeah.
So kind of piggybacking off of what we talked about last week about sex being, taboo and stuff. So I feel like another big issue with being single is being able to explore many different options. It's a taboo, especially with women, because we always get the bad end of it. So if I'm single and I want to have 3 or 4 different interests or partners or whatever, it's something wrong with that.
Right.
So, some people rather just be booed up with somebody so you can just have this one person so you're not labeled as a hoe, a whore, or whatever have you.
Mm-hmm.
So I kind of just feel like that also plays a part in it. Like you're single and you're still able to do what you want to do, but it's like you don't want to seem like you're out there.
Right.
Too. And then if you put yourself to one person, you feel like you're in a relationship.
Right. All right.
But yeah, being single, especially for women, like I had to learn that because I had to learn how to date. Because when I first started dating, I always felt like I needed to be in a relationship because it seems like that's what we're supposed to be in. So I didn't know how to date. So anytime I was even in a talking stage with somebody, then I felt like all my loyalty lied with that person. So now I'm like, I can't talk to other people. But now if I don't like if something goes wrong here,
you put all your eggs in one basket.
Yeah, I put everything in one person. And my friends, oh my gosh, they would get on me all the time. They was like, "This is not your man. Like, what are you doing? Like, you have given everything to this man that you talk to on the phone for like 3 weeks. He is not your man. Like, be out here."
Obligated, because I feel myself like I've been in this situation. Then I feel myself like I'm over here making up stuff. I'm lying or like trying to if I'm about to go hang out with somebody else, I'm over here making up.
Yeah, trying to.
I was like, why am I doing this?
Right, he's not.
Yeah, right.
And then I wouldn't ask them if they were talking to other people because then I felt like I would be disappointed.
Mm-hmm.
Because I'm over here giving everything, and you probably got like 5 people over there, but I'm the one that's got to be like, I'm not talking to anybody but you.
Right.
No, I'm not talking to anybody but you.
Oh my God.
But that's how you feel like you have to be.
Yeah.
You feel like I feel like if I'm dating somebody, then I have to be dating this one person. Because if I'm dating other people, number one, it's hard for me to divide my attention like that.
Yeah, I can't focus. I end up being on calling you somebody else's name, or I miss the text threads up.
Oh man, I was just about to say that. I done sent the wrong screenshot one time. Be like, motherfucker, you ain't text me at 10 o'clock. I think you sent this to the wrong person. Fuck.
Right. Or you start missing conversations because I do that. I'm like, yeah, you remember when we watched that? And they be like. I'm like, yeah, so never mind. See,
but the thing is, I don't even have those problems because all I do is I start ghosting the other person, and then when this one don't work out, here I am back
trying to. It's a mess, and I'm like, why?
Like, hey, remember me? Yeah, so like some shit had came up.
What happened was
sorry, I missed your last text. Sorry, I didn't respond to the last text. I thought I had something.
Last text was a month ago.
I will send the text message, and then I'll be like, dang, I thought I hit send. Like, yeah, that's my favorite right there.
No. So the funniest thing is when women try to use that line, but they're lying because they'll say, I'm telling you, I thought I hit send, right? But you'll see that it's conversations like right after that, and the conversation for your thread is like right there. Like, how did you forget to hit send if you have like conversations you've been replying to?
Oh,
yeah.
Because there's been times where I will like type a message and then I don't, for some reason, don't hit send.
Yeah, I mean, no, that happens. But I'm saying like if they like the person who sent the screenshot wasn't smart. You don't send your entire text inbox. I don't need to see everybody you've been texting. It's just like if you would have just sent
the message.
Yeah, the message, like, boom, screenshot, and then reply like, oh, I forgot to hit send.
See, my thing is if somebody comes to me with that, like, I forgot to hit send, and especially if it's like days later, then I'm like, so for the past 3 days, you ain't even thought about opening up my text thread to talk to me. So, because you should have sent it at some point.
Yeah.
At some point, you should have been like, dang, I ain't heard from V all day.
And send it, and then, my bad, I hit send the other day. Yep.
No, if it's 3 days later, so you didn't think about me for 3 days, so you was occupied.
Sorry, you because I'm stubborn. So I'm the type of person where if I text you last, best believe you're not gonna hear from me
until you text me.
You text me
you
back.
Damn right.
Because people be like, the phone work both ways. I'm like, it does clearly, but I text you.
I text you last.
Yeah, see, we on the same page.
But you know what? I'm the type as well. If I'm back to last week's conversation, if I'm always initiating, like we were talking about, not last week, the week before that, we were talking about sex being overrated, and I said to the effect of I hate having to initiate all the time. Same thing goes with communication. If I'm always having to initiate conversations, at some point I'm just gonna be like, bro, I didn't text you first, 3, 4, 5, all this week. I'm not about to text you first no more. Right. You know what I'm saying? I'm about to go on about my day.
No, see, I get that, and I get that. I get the petty. I can be petty with certain people, but I can't be petty with all. I can't be petty with all people all the time. So
I'm equal opportunity petty.
See, but my thing is, at the same time, of my petty, I'm like, but I'm also consistent. So if I'm initiating every day, I'm gonna keep initiating every day. If you don't initiate, I mean, I get it. You are expecting me to initiate because I set up that expectation.
Right.
So I wouldn't be petty in that sense because now I've set this up. I've said, hey, I'm gonna initiate every day.
No.
I understand what you're saying.
If I'm a little delayed, and he ain't like, yo, you normally text at 8:30. It's 9:00. You ain't text yet. I'm gonna be like, oh, so you do appreciate and value my 8:30 text.
Okay, all right. I get what you're saying. I get what you're saying.
But if I don't send the initiating text at 8:30 and he don't say nothing, then I'm gonna be like, I ain't text you today. Did you notice? I'm sorry, I was a little late. Like I might say something like that, but I'm still gonna initiate because I'm gonna be like, so I'm doing all of this all week,
so that
and it's not even important to you.
So that puts in perspective of where that person stands at as far as communicating with you.
Yeah,
so, I understand. Yeah, I understand what you're saying.
I kind of feel like you're enabling them, and then you're like giving them a reason or an excuse not to even like put forth any initiative. Because if you're always going to be the one to initiate and he's okay with that, to me that already tells me what kind of person you are.
Right.
And I'm just kind of glancing down at the comments. So Adrian was saying, so you just ain't gonna look to see what's going on just based on people not responding. And then Derek is like, don't train me to be lazy. So I mean, I feel that.
Oh, that was good, Derek. Dang. Yeah, that was good.
But Derek, where you come from? Who sent you?
He said, don't teach me to be like. And don't get me wrong, I'm not giving out this as advice. I know I'm bad at this. I know I am an enabler, and like I said, my friends come for me all the time.
Self-awareness.
Like, yes, I'm very self-aware. I'm working on it.
Yeah,
I'm working on it. But at the same time, I don't like to play games either. So I'm like, look, this is me. This is what I do. This is who I am. So if it takes a whole lot of effort to not send that text. Like, it's easier for me to just send it and go on about my business than to be like, don't text him right now. You can text him in an hour. Maybe you can text him in 2 hours. Has it been 2 hours yet? Should I text him now? I don't know.
You can text him and let it be natural.
I can't do it.
Are you always leading the conversation? Because if I found myself always leading the conversation, you're just responding to me.
Oh, I hate that.
It's not
so
a conversation.
much,
it's an interview.
Right? Yeah.
No, seriously. It's an interview at this point, because if I ask a question, you respond. They don't say nothing else until you initiate again. Yeah. Boom, boom, boom. Response. You're not having a conversation at this point.
No. Or when they hit you with the what about you? No, nigga, come up with a new question. Come up with a new fucking question, yo.
And then they put the WBU, like...
Yeah, it's not a response. Come up with a new... You know what? I don't mind a WBU as long as it's followed by a different question as well. Like, oh, what kind of liquor you drank? Oh, I drank Jack Daniels. Oh, okay, well, I drank what about you? And, what I'm saying? Well, shit, what do you chase it with? You know what I'm saying? Like, when the last time you had white? Like, just, you can take the conversation so many different places.
I think that a lot of people don't really know how to have genuine conversations.
They don't.
Because, especially with social media taking over, I feel like people don't know what questions to ask.
Nope.
They don't know how to get to know somebody. Like, how do you get to know somebody?
Let me tell you, all the fellas that are 30 and above, we know how to talk to women. You want to know why? We were trained at an early age. It's this thing called the movie theater, right? And at the movie theater, we didn't have cell phones. No, we didn't have cell phones. We had house phones back then, right? And at the movie theaters, you go with your boys and you see a group of girls. And the boys would sit there, bro, I dare you to go talk to her. I dare you to go talk to her. Man, I'm about to go talk to her. Walk up and talk to her. You had to spit game. You had all of 10 seconds to say something that was going to intrigue her and her homegirls, so her homegirls didn't laugh you off or she didn't laugh you off.
My hand's raised after hers. Go ahead.
What? Okay, all right, but I'm being serious. I'm being serious.
Did you say guys 30 plus know how to have a conversation?
Okay, not all guys.
I was about to say,
not all guys.
You forget we out here dating, and
Yeah,
I
that's
was
right.
like,
That's
they
right.
don't know how to
No, but them niggas wasn't at the movie theaters. They were doing weird shit. The niggas y'all was talking to was doing weird shit. They weren't at the movie
where they was.
because they can't have a conversation. They was doing weird shit.
Let's tap in real quick. Let's see. Adrian said, so I get up early. If I always send good morning, you only respond. Then I have to drive the convo also, or you don't respond till later in the day. Then I just feel like you're entertaining me because I'm hitting you up. So I fall back and you won't miss it. That's a good point. Because it's like, I feel that, especially if you are, like you said, driving the conversation, that they're just only responding because you're hitting them up. Right. And at that point, it's just like, I feel like I'm an obligation to you now. Like, oh, I have to respond because that's what you're supposed to do. Mm-hmm. And so if you kind of pick up on those signs, like, this man, he ain't taking no initiative to, direct this conversation. He's not taking no initiative to say, you know what, she texts me every morning at 8:30. Let me beat her. I'm going to text her at 8 o'clock.
Yes.
I'm going to text her at 8 o'clock.
I'm looking for
and I'm
you,
say,
I'm looking for
good
you,
morning,
sir.
beautiful. Yes, we still love good morning text.
Yes,
okay?
be 2 steps ahead of me. Be 2 steps ahead of me. Because I can be like, oh, he trying to get
we
me.
love it.
Pursue me, chase me.
Oh, this I don't even know what you clapping for, but
everything.
Otis just came in and showed up, man. Hey, y'all, make sure y'all go and swing by the sensiblecandle.com and make sure you cop some candles for my man Otis, man. Otis, I need some new ones, man. Look, I stole AJ's and I'm almost burnt out of that one.
No, I burned my candle out, and literally my friends came over and they was like, it smelled amazing, so I definitely need another one.
Your candles are your candles are the cheat code, bro. I'm just letting you know that right now. They're the cheat code.
Not the cheat
real
code.
quick, Derek showing love. His podcast is what? Relationship Gumbo.
Okay.
So all right, Derek, we might have to have some combo with you.
Yeah, shout out to you, Derek.
Absolutely.
I think he's in that podcast group that I have the Facebook page in or whatever.
Okay.
Yeah, he's in one of those podcast groups. His picture looks familiar. I just happened to look down and see him.
All right, let's hit one more and then we're going to swing back into things. All right, Derek is saying guys over 30 can have a convo because we were trained. Wait, hold on, let me read that again. Mm-hmm. Guys over 30 can have a convo because we were trained that way. In 2020, for some reason, is not required. LOL. Oh. So some men mold to the status quo.
So it's a win in Rome type deal. Win in Rome. I mean, I feel like, they got lazy.
Yeah, I like that word.
I'm not even gonna lie to you.
They got lazy because I'm like, I'm into I'm into conversation. Like, I'm a phone person. I'm still a phone person. I'm always gonna be a phone person. Like back in middle school when I was on the phone all night trying to communicate. I still do that at 30.
Three-way calling and all that.
I ain't trying to three-way. No.
But I'm saying back then, like, there was a lot of three-way calling.
I can hold a long conversation with you, then I know we kind of got something. But if we sitting here having breathing contests and what you doing contest, oh God.
Yeah, so what you doing?
You just asked me that like 30 seconds ago. I'm still sitting on the couch.
Yeah, about to get something to eat. What you doing? Like, bro. I've watched a couple of my homeboys like actually have conversations on the phone with females, and I'm just looking like, bro, that's not a conversation. Like, bro, you're asking the same question over and over and over.
And this part where he said is not required, I also look at it as social media has really dumb down a lot of our communication skills because bet you, all right, I'm having a conversation with somebody on Facebook. They're very entertaining at this point, but the conversation stays alive because we both have time to respond to each other. It's like you ask something, I might respond to you 2 hours later because I went and did something else. So it's like people don't know how to hold conversations on the phone because you don't get that intermission. You don't get that break to be like, all right, what I'm going to say or, So I feel like that's another enabler. We talk all the time through text and messenger. Nobody picks up the phone. Nobody is really. So when you go on these dates.
Yeah, like people look at their phone weird when their phone rings. They be like.
And so you're on
date. I ain't asked you to call me.
And both of y'all are sitting across the table and you're doing this. You're scrolling on social media. I've seen it so many times. Because they don't know how to fill that awkward gap of no conversation. You might as well just sit across from each other and just text each other.
No bullshit. So I went to South Point one time and I saw it was like a group of teenagers, right? They were in front of Chick-fil-A at the table and they were all on their phones. And I'm like, I bet you they're all fucking texting each other. I came over and asked, I said, are y'all all texting each other? And one of the girls was like, yeah. I was like, we're going to have a fucking conversation. Like, y'all are so fucking weird.
I've seen
and they looked at me like I was weird. Like, no, nigga, y'all are weird.
Like, literally, I've seen it happen. Otis said, to defend men in the conversation, sometimes I think we get tired or of hearing a list of what went wrong in somebody's day.
Yeah, we do call it a vent.
Otis.
So it's a lot of negative Nancy's out there.
But at the same time, that's the conversation. Like I'm gonna tell you about all the people. I'm gonna give you their names. So when I talk about them tomorrow, you're gonna know who they were.
But I feel like
look, I will put that phone right here on speaker and be playing the game. And let me tell you about Karen. This bitch. Shit.
Well, Otis, you would want your lady to vent because if she's not venting to you, she probably venting to somebody else, or she's gonna take those frustrations out on you. So that's a segue into conversation, like right there. Listen to her about her day, and then offer suggestions or make her feel good.
And that's also like a status giveaway about where you fit at in that woman's realm of life, because if she's willing to open up to you about her day. Like, she's not opening up to just any old nigga. You know what I'm saying? If she's willing to sit down and talk to you about her day, well, you got your foot in the door, bro. Right. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, bro, all you got to do is kind of like squeeze in through the little crack. You know what I'm saying? Like, bro, you there. Yeah. Like,
Because for you to even know where I work or what I do, you had to get kind of far from me. you know.
Nigga, I
know if you know where I work.
I do know where you work. I do know where you work. But you kept it secret for like 8 podcasts. And then you slipped up and you was like, oh, I wasn't supposed to tell you that.
Well, Adrian basically said she gonna pull a Kanye. She gonna vent on Twitter. Okay?
And she do. All on Twitter.
No, you leave it
on Twitter.
Every time I get on there, it's like 8 posts from her.
Derek playing too many games today.
Oh.
He said, that's what the work husband is for.
Oh.
Hey, man, don't let me hear about no motherfucking work husband wear.
Because the work husband gonna come
to home. I didn't know I had a job with you. I didn't know I was your coworker.
My husband be buying me lunch, honey.
Oh, hold it, wait. I need a work husband. How do I get a work?
Get you a work husband, sis.
I need one.
Well, let me chill with my
work husband.
Shoot, I ain't got a home man, so
get you that work bag.
Man, look, I ain't got nothing to say, man. I ain't got nothing to say.
What? I'm just
got a lot to say.
I'm just trying to get both.
Oh my god!
So, like she said, I need to have a roster.
Oh. All right, look, I'm gonna pose the question to you.
Okay.
So this is for both of you. Have you ever stayed in a relationship just to stay in it?
Yep.
Yeah.
That was quick.
Absolutely.
So I just want to know, what were your reasons? Y'all heard some of my reasons. What were your reasons for staying? Like, why? Like, tell us. Talk to the people.
Ladies first.
I stayed because I had a lease. I stayed because I stayed because I was putting in work. I stayed because I was out here like like I said earlier, I was like, our relationship can make it through anything. I'm going to show you how I am a strong woman that can hold this relationship, and I'm going to show you how I can love you through anything. Like, that's why I stayed. And I stayed because I ain't want nobody to be looking at me like she can't keep a man.
Adrian wants you to clarify.
He said she's just trying to get rolled. What?
Wait a minute, Adrian. I don't know if that's what she said.
That's what she said. You said.
Did I say that?
Did you say you trying to get rolled?
It must have been subconscious.
Okay. She trying to ride somebody's son, though.
Must have been subconscious. I don't know. But anywho, those were the reasons that I stayed. Also, like I said, because we weren't goals, but a lot of people knew us to be in that relationship. So even when we did finally break up, I wanted the breakup to be as quiet as possible.
Right.
Like I didn't change my relationship status to single. I just removed my relationship status altogether. I didn't delete any of the pictures of me and him. I never said anything about me moving out. Like, I never made that known. So it was like 2 years after the fact. And I saw some people, because we were together through college, and I saw some people from college, and they was like, yo, where my boy at? And I was like, oh, we don't go together.
And that's another thing.
I don't know where he is. Like,
it gets awkward.
Like y'all puzzle pieces. We don't go together.
Right. And then you feel obligated to like make that announcement, because there's some people who still pop in my inbox today and be like, oh, ain't you married? Like, I get that all the time. Like, no, I'm no longer married. Another PSA, I'm not married, I'm single. But you feel obligated. So it's like, that's another piece of it. Like, I don't want to have to
talk about it.
So let me just stay with him, just because.
Yep. Just so I don't have to say nothing to nobody. So nobody ain't got to come to me and be like, I told you he won't good. I told you not to get with him. Now here we go. Everybody got the I told you so. When somebody's gonna be like, "Are you okay? Are you hurt?"
Right. That should be the first thing.
Need to talk about everybody's. I told you. No, I don't need that. So I'm gonna be quiet. And then when I get with my new boo, then you're gonna be like, "Hold on, once you with no, I ain't."
That's how you gonna find out.
And I ain't.
What about you over there?
Why did I stay? I was mentally trapped, man. I was mentally trapped. So I was at the point in time where the relationship was going downhill. I was the provider, so I was the only one who had any kind of financial income. Well, no, let me not say that. I was making the most financial income, and I was supporting the entire household. So it was like, well, if I just peel out and leave, you don't have no people in this city, you know what I'm saying? You're going to be fucked up, you know what I'm saying? But I had to take it to the point where, okay, well, I'm going to set aside this amount for you and I'm out of here. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm going to give you, give you a rack or two to get your shit together, but that's all I got for you. And I got to get up out of here. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, that was nice of you.
Yeah. So, I mean,
I said, I packed up everything and I was like, I hope you make it. I got a new apartment.
The rack or two was really for the break lease fee. You know what I'm saying? Like that's really what it was for. You know what I'm saying? Because, it was the break lease fee and then the last couple of months of rent. You know what I'm saying? So it was like, all right, well,
That kind of go hand in hand at what Derek just said, that sometimes people stay because of how they think it will affect the other person. Like what you were just saying, like she didn't have no money, she didn't have nowhere to go. Yeah. So at this point, you're kind of like a pity type of thing.
Staying out of pity.
Boy, how many times have I done that?
Ooh.
So it was, I mean, but I think that mental hostage situation was like ridiculous. Like I had to really break out of prison.
So that's what you meant by being mentally held hostage.
Yeah, right? Yeah, because it was like, well, I have to be here. You know what I'm saying? It was like a feeling of, she made me feel like I had to be there. Like I didn't deserve to be anywhere else, or I wasn't going to be accepted anywhere else. And I was just like, nah, my nigga. Like,
and if you left, you're a shitty person.
Yeah, right. Like, oh well, all that I've been through and da 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 da. I was like, yo, come on, man. You know what I'm saying? Like at the end of the day, we still young. You know what I'm saying? You find what she would say things to the effect of, "Oh, well, if you leave, I'll never date anybody else," and that shit like really would like hurt my feelings. I was like, damn. You know what I'm saying? But I had to sit back and realize, fuck this shit. I don't care what you do. I'm out.
So has anyone ever threatened to kill themselves? Because I've gotten that once before. They're like, oh, I need
Somebody's threatened to kill me. I've had my gun pulled on me a couple times.
I need you, if you leave, I have nothing, you don't want anything that, you would feel bad if something happened. So it's that guilt stuff.
Yeah.
But not her pulling the gun on you. Jesus Christ.
Yep.
You must have been giving out that DAP. I mean, DAD.
I'm about to say, who is giving out DAP?
Wait, but DAD too?
I meant DAD. Sorry, typo.
But
what?
WAD?
DAD. Ashley Martin.
Why would you have wet ass dick?
I don't know.
Why is his dick wet?
Why would it be dry?
Dudes do get wet. Don't do that.
Wait, but why would his dick be?
But I was trying to figure out
off the initiation, or are you?
I meant DAD.
What about H? But I'm saying, why is it dry too?
No, dope.
No, dope ass dick.
Oh my God. She said, why is it dry? Oh my God. And first of all, for the record,
niggas out here with ashy dicks. Pause.
Because I was like, why is it dry?
I'm done.
That's why I was trying to find another letter.
Why is it dry? Hey, when guys get all worked up, they get wet too. So,
oh my God!
I don't know how it sounds having wet at. Okay, yeah.
Yeah, no, it doesn't sound.
I'm glad you knew what I meant.
Yeah, I knew what you meant. She was lost.
Dry. Why is it gonna be dry?
I just needed to know. I needed to know.
All right, I'm done. All right.
Okay. Ooh, y'all are funny. Well, we
have
today.
Yeah, have we touched everything?
I think we did.
Okay.
I think we did.
I had a good laugh today.
Are all hearts and minds clear?
I don't know about that.
I don't know if they ever gonna be clear.
Every time I ask that question, nobody ever says, yeah. They were like, nah. We gotta talk about some shit next week.
Yeah, I think this is gonna run over a little bit, but yeah.
Right. I think we
for our segment. I think I'm good.
Okay. All right. Cool. All right. Well, thank y'all for tuning in. Thank y'all for joining us, laughing with us, putting up with our shenanigans. Make sure you follow the podcast. At D&D Pod on Instagram, Drinks and Discussion Podcast on Facebook and YouTube. Also, make sure you follow me, KVNGBAK, on all social media platforms. Make sure you follow Miss V_D&D on Instagram and Twitter. Make sure you follow Kiss My Kicks with 4 S's on Instagram, 4 S's and an underscore on Twitter. Also, make sure you follow T with Tia on. Are you on Twitter with that?
Yeah, but on Twitter it's an underscore.
Oh, okay. Well, T with Tia on Instagram. I think that's all I follow you on for that. Yeah.
Yeah, Twitter is literally is just all the links from Instagram. So
right.
Yeah.
Okay, absolutely. And
Facebook and Instagram.
Facebook and Instagram. All right, cool. And then also, man, make sure y'all swing by our Instagram page, man. We got merch. And it's for sale. We got dope ass hoodies with our faces on it. You know what I'm saying?
DAH! No, DAH! Two hoodies!
No, dope ass. But never mind.
Oh.
All right, yeah, we got dope ass hoodies.
Get it right.
We got dope ass hoodies with our faces on it. We also have a couple hoodies and shirts with phrases and all that good stuff. How much a wig costs, all that. Yeah, so
thank
y'all.
You. Can we get that on the shirt?
Dope ass podcast.
You know what? We should name this #Dab.
Okay, all right, yeah. Dope ass podcast. All right, yeah. But yeah, man, make sure y'all swing by the merch store, man. It helps us keep doing what we doing, giving y'all laughs, giving y'all information, man. And I think that's it. Anybody else got anything to say before we close out?
No. Well, if you're in a relationship that you're not happy in, it's okay to be single.
It is okay to be single.
And make sure both of y'all are in a relationship before you start claiming it. All right, we out of here. Peace.
And I corrected it. Somebody got kicked right in the chest.
Peace out, y'all.